Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Coffee with Kevin, and this week's question is, what's the best advice I can give to somebody who wants to build their own home? And that's a great question, and thanks for asking my advice. I would say that having done this a couple of times now, that my best advice I can give you is simply to have patience. I think patience is really going to help. You're going to run into a lot of things that you're not expecting to run into. You're going to run into delays. You're going to run into changes in design. You're going to run into different issues that come up in part of the inspection processes. This is going to take more time than you think it is, and if you don't have patience, you're going to get in trouble early on, because things just, if you had everything perfectly set up and everybody did their job and you could just do everything without any delays or any issues, you could probably build a house in 2 months or less. But that's not going to happen, because it's going to take time to get permits. It's going to take time to get different subcontractors out to do different things. Their schedules are going to conflict. They're going to delay. They're going to reschedule. Weather's going to be a factor typically anytime you work on a building. There's just a lot of things that can happen. You're going to change your mind. I guarantee you are going to change your mind dozens of times through the process, because as you go, and this is where patience and taking your time, and actually we've been building this house now for about 2 years, from the planning stages to where we're at now, and we're not done yet. And by the way, we're going to be doing a video shortly about kind of giving you a tour of where we're at this point. That's coming. Just make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out when we put it up. Anyway, patience is really the biggest thing. I've seen people actually get divorced over building houses, because they don't have patience. They get into disagreements over things, and things escalate. You need patience. Calm down, relax. This is a process. It's nothing you've probably ever done before, so you're not really sure what's all going to happen, and so you need to have patience to get through the process, to work on all these things that are going to come up, and things you're going to discover you didn't know you needed to know, and that happens. Codes change. You could have been planning this a year ago, and a code could have changed without your being aware of it, and so you go along building, get an inspection, they say that's not going to work, you have to do it like this now. That happens. I had to redo several things during the course of building this project because codes had changed and I wasn't aware of them. So you just have to have patience. You're going to make a lot of decisions. If you're involved with a co-conspirator / spouse, significant other, whoever in this project, you're going to be collaborating on this project. It's not just you making all the decisions, and you're going to have some different ideas of what you think is the right thing to do, or the right material to purchase, or the right color to pick out. And you may even change your mind umpteen times over color. We have. And I think the nice thing about taking our time building is that we've kind of gone through a discovery process about what we find works. And the prior ideas or the initial thinking we had changed quite a bit in a lot of different phases of our building process in this project. And I would say that the house is quite a bit different than what it started out in our minds when we first discussed having a new home built, and I think so that's going to happen. And so patience is the key deal here. If you have that, I think you're going to be successful, and it takes time. And I think the reason people don't have 30-year mortgages today and have these huge monthly payments is because they don't have the patience to build their own home. They want it now, and they're willing to go into debt for the majority of their lives. In fact, oftentimes the rest of their lives over this situation, because they don't have the patience to stop. And it may take you a few years. That's okay. It beats the heck out of 30 years of payments in my book. So, and the cost of mortgage, interest and everything else, you're going to spend way more just buying something outright than if you built your own home. And you're going to have a lot more satisfaction, I think, if you build your own home. So I think just make sure you have patience. Okay, well, I hope that helped you, and I really appreciate all the questions you guys are sending in. Make sure if you have one, send one to me at kevin@aselfreliantlife.com. Check out our website and the builder's course there at aselfreliantlife.com. And with that, make sure you don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell so you get immediate notification, and I will see you on next week's video.